Hi everyone out there in YouTube land. So we've gotten a lot of questions from all of our different shows that we do everywhere, and even here at Kern, and people have been wondering, what does it take to do a show? So we figured we'd take this time today on our YouTube channel to kind of go through some of that. So
we've had, I think almost every show that we've done, we've had someone say, wow, I didn't realize how much you guys have to do post-show to take everything down and put everything away. And so that sparked the question, what does it take to go into the show?
Yeah. So what you guys see us do, it's a very, very small.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can get that much in there in the camera. Little bit of what we actually do. But the first thing we do is we go through, we have a bunch of songs that we have, and mostly they're parodies of songs from the 50s up till today.
Yeah.
But we go through and we find 10 songs that we really like. And it's not just me, and it's not just Jennifer that goes through it, it's the entire team that go through it. So
what's neat about that too is there are songs, all different kinds of songs, and so we're not limited to just hymns or to just a certain genre or just whatever. So there's a lot of stuff that we can pick from, and it's not really as easy as it sounds to get 6 people to agree on 10 songs.
there are some songs that I personally might not like, but someone else does.
And I'll go, oh no, we can't do that one.
Sometimes even I get outvoted. But then we go through and we start putting the songs in somewhat of an order that we think makes sense. If we already have a theme idea.
Like when we did the GTV show, it was God Television. We kind of knew what the theme was. It was a little bit like MTV back in the day when they actually still played music.
Yeah.
So it didn't really matter what order we put it in, but that was our theme.
Right.
And sometimes, if we're doing a top 10, we might want to go back and look at the original song and kind of figure out where it hit in the top 10 to find the parody sort of at the same level.
Right. So kind of going back, so if we don't have a theme or anything like that, we just have 10 random songs picked out, we then go pick and figure out a theme.
Yeah.
I know the show we're currently working on, we had 10 songs picked out, and we're like, well, we should kind of go with this type of a theme. I'm trying not to give you guys any spoilers on what
no spoilers.
Show will be, but it just so happened that it all worked.
It did work, and it worked. And we as we were going through things, we were kind of like, wow, we didn't realize how many of these particular voices are in this show, and how many of these particular voices are not in this show. So a lot of stuff comes up as you're planning.
Yeah, I know one show. Someone asked me, so how many characters do you have back there? And I was like, well, I think I counted 20 different characters behind the stage.
But there's only 6 of us.
So yeah. And so then we start writing a script, and this part is really all us.
Yeah.
This is something that myself, who, by the way, I don't write scripts. I'm not very good at it.
You do now.
Yeah, I do now, but I'm still not very good at it.
Well, which we're not to say that I'm any better at it than he is, but we put our heads together, and between the two of us, we usually come up with the scripts.
So once we have the scripts in place, and we have what songs kind of in the order, we start listening to the songs to see how many of our guys do we actually need in the song.
Can we get away with one puppet? Does it have backup voices? Stuff like that.
And we kind of also look at the original version of the song to see, okay, was it done by a certain person, or was it like the Monkees versus maybe Bon Jovi or something like that?
Right. And it also doesn't hurt to go back and look at, speaking of MTV, maybe look at an old video of the song itself so that we can kind of maybe parody what the video was.
Yeah. And then, so once we have that, we have our idea of how many parts we need, we go through and we hold auditions, basically, with all of our different characters.
All of our guys.
With all of our guys back that we have.
Yep.
With Edie, Jack, Elton, Pip, Grandma Moses. We try every once in a while. We do get some of their other friends that we have from different churches, and we say, hey, can we borrow these guys for a particular show? And
Yeah, and those are the ones, it's kind of funny because, the ones that we use regularly, we know them really well. We know their personalities. We know how they're going to interact with somebody else. We know how they're going to do that song. And when we get someone from another church, we borrow another puppet, we don't know them the same way. So maybe we might use them as backup, or we might use them as an extra voice, even though we don't really know them that well. It is a very personal thing.
But normally the guys that we do get from other places, Elton or Jack or someone else has said, hey, this guy's a really good guy, we should see if we can get him to bring him in for this one particular show or whatnot. So once we hold auditions, they're comfortable with the song, they like it, we think it's a good fit for that particular person and puppet. Then we start having the script pre-recorded. And the reason for that is so, just in case anyone gets stage fright.
Or they lose their voice.
Yeah, or some people might say they might have a frog on their face. And it's basically to make it to where, for example, if Elton all of a sudden can't speak, but Elton's got to say something, or Jay Chin's got to say something and he can't speak all of a sudden, well, I kind of need him to do something.
We still need to be able to do it. So having the voices pre-recorded is useful so that we don't have to think about that part during the show.
Yeah, they can kind of get up there and just
do their thing.
Yeah. And then of course, so we have it all pre-recorded and stuff. Then we start practicing, and we practice for weeks and weeks and weeks. Sometimes months and months.
Right, and we practice the song and the speaking parts just so that we know how to move our mouths the right way, and it all flows together well.
Yeah. And then, but the other thing too during practice is we don't just sit there and practice and, with, the puppets, just make sure that they're comfortable with it. But we also kind of see if there's any props that might be needed. For example, Jack might need, we have the Holy Bible here.
Holy Bible right here.
So if the Bible's being brought up a lot in the song, we'll bring up the Holy Bible. Or if Jack needs his guitar. Mm-hmm. We'll make sure Jack has his guitar for a song,
or Elton needs his hat.
Or a different hat.
A different hat.
I don't want to take that hat off. Trust me on that one.
Maybe some star sunglasses.
Sunglasses, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more flamboyant.
Yeah, and sometimes we need jackets or ties or just
something.
Or air guitar.
Yeah.
White gloves.
But we don't just look at props, but we also look at lighting. For example, on our GTV program, which is not a spoiler because we've done that multiple times, the GTV program, we have Jack singing a parody of Purple Rain.
And he's perfect for that
And he's perfect for that one. We think it's a great fit, and he plays his guitar. I think he's busted his guitar a couple times on that song.
Yeah, we've tried.
But we also feel that with Jack and using black lights as opposed to a normal light, if we can do it in the particular place that we are, we do that.
It really fits with that song, and so we do go through a whole lot of lighting concepts as we're planning the show, because sometimes a certain light won't work for the certain puppet.
Like Edie, you can't use
show up in a black light at all.
No.
She would look ridiculous, but it looks great with Jack.
And then I guess the last thing, besides getting into the whole details of, then we set up the stage and, in this
There's a lot of setting up, there's a lot of organizing, there's a lot of figuring out all the lighting, and there's a lot of takedown, but that's all.
That's us.
That's after the planning.
But as always, during practice, if we find that something is not working, if we thought let's say we thought Edie would be great for a song, and we are practicing with Edie and we're just not feeling it with Edie, we all kind of sit back and say, okay,
what other
character can we put in that place? Whether it be Star or Heather
or Carly.
Yeah. We try to make it to where they put them all in there, and we try not to overdo each person in the show. We try to make it to where it's a little bit even, that way everyone feels that they got their parts.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're I think that's pretty much it. On going really kind of in depth on planning the show and all of that. But don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our channel. And as Edie would say, make sure you click the bell so you hear the ding dong.
That's her favorite part.
Yeah, really. It is.
It's a little overwhelming.
Just a
She gets
tad.
very excited.
So, anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.